My name is Taylor. Thank you for clicking this video and joining me in a 15-minute class. Today we're going to be focusing on heart-opening poses. If you would like to do your own little warm-up, you're more than welcome since this is only 15 minutes, but today we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on a bolster. This is my favorite way to sit. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit on a block, or just on the ground if you prefer, but find a comfortable seat and soften your gaze or close your eyes completely and feel into your body. And what that means is just take notice of how your body feels. Notice where your body is touching the ground or your props. Do a body scan, head to toe. Try to relax your muscles, especially your facial muscles, your tendons, bones, ligaments. Just invite ease and breath and softness into your body. Notice your breathing. This is one of my favorite ways to become present. Softly open your eyes and let's roll the shoulders forward, up, and back. One more time. Reverse that roll, going back, up, forward, and down. Second time. Let's bring it into the head and the neck. Heavy head forward, tuck the chin. Roll your head in any direction. And then reverse that. Inhale the arms up overhead. And bring your hands, palms together, heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take that right arm up and over. I'm trying to mirror you all, but if it is not working, don't pay too much attention to rights and lefts and just make sure that you switch sides. Really stretching the right side body, reaching away from your hips with your right fingertips. On the next inhale, switching sides, exhale. I apologize if the lighting gets a little bit funky. I've got 4 windows in here, which is really nice for me to be able to see outside, but I apologize if the lighting is weird. Inhale, back up. Good, and hands to heart center. Let's move our props out of the way, if you are using them. I'm gonna move my arms out. Good, come to all fours, tabletop position. Let's inhale and arch the spine, gaze up to the sky, and then exhale, cat pose, making a curve in the spine. Tuck the chin, inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. And last time, exhale, curve in the spine. Beautiful, good. Let's take that right leg back behind us, straight. Press your palms into your mat and puff up between your shoulder blades. Engage the core, belly button to spine, and then lift that right leg parallel to the ground. Stabilize in your right hand and take that left arm next to the left ear. Reach back for those right toes. And then inhale, shine that heart forward. Doesn't have have to be anything too intense yet. Continue to breathe. On your next inhale, fully extend the arm and the leg. And exhale, come back to all fours. Good. Let's take that left leg back this time. Once again, puffing up between the shoulder blades and engaging the core before we lift that left leg parallel to the mat. Right arm next to the right ear. On your next exhale, reaching back for that left foot and shining the heart forward. On your next inhale, extending everything back out. And come back to all fours. Good. Let's tuck the toes and come into our first downward dog. Beautiful. Really pressing the palms into the mat, elongating the side ribs. Deep breaths. Maybe walk through your feet to help stretch those calves, warm up those calves a little bit. On your next exhale, gaze between your hands, and then let's walk our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat. This is our first forward fold, so I invite you to take a slight bend in the knees to release some pressure in the back and create a less intense stretch in your hamstrings for this first time around. I'm grounding hands to opposite elbows and just hanging my torso over my femur bones. Relax the neck, heavy head. Release the hands. Inhale, hands to hips, and exhale, let's come up with a long spine. Good. Let's take a nice inhale and reach the hands up to the sky. Slight back bend, shine that chest towards your ceiling. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the mat, step the feet back. Stay in that plank pose for an inhale, engage the core. Exhale, either full chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, all the way down to your mat. This time, let's take a little cobra. Inhale, exhale, coming back down. This time, let's take a sphinx pose. So as we inhale, we press up into the palms. Bring the forearms down to the mat. Elbows tucked in towards the body. And shine that chest forward through your shoulder joints. Legs are pinned together in the back. Breathe in here. And exhale, coming all the way down. Taking a gentle twist in the spine just to release that stretch. We're going to take the hands, palms down into a T. Take your right foot behind you and reach for your left hand. Oh, one of my favorite ways to twist. Coming back to center, let's take that left foot, reach towards the right hand. And coming back to center. Good. Take the right leg and bring that right knee up towards your right armpit and then press up into an upward dog. You can stay in cobra or you can press all the way into up dog with that right knee hiked up. Really pressing down in the palms, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, open the throat, Chest comes forward. So stretching our right hip joint as well. Actually the left too. I can feel it in both. Love this stretch. Very multi-dimensional. Exhale, coming all the way back down to your mat. This time taking the left knee towards the left armpit. On our next inhale, pressing into the mat and lifting up into either a cobra or fully into upward facing dog. Once again, shoulders away from the ears and gaze up. Continuing to breathe. Exhale, coming all the way back down. Left leg meets the right. Let's tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog once again. Reaching the heels towards the ground, although having the heels on the ground is not necessarily a goal. Just really want to stretch the back of the legs. Good, let's take the right leg high, toes facing down. Bending that right knee, you're going to allow that right foot to come all the way behind you. Take the right arm off of the mat and open the chest. Wild thing. Unwinding from that pose. Let's take that right hand back towards the mat. Right foot meets the mat in a plank pose. And then exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg high, toes facing down. And exhale, bending the left knee. Left toes continue to reach behind you. Left arm peels open. Chest to ceiling, wild thing, other side. On your next exhale, reach down towards your mat with your left hand. Left foot meets the right. You stay in plank pose here. Staying for the inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing. Opening the chest, opening the throat. And exhale, pressing back into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. When you're ready, slowly rolling up through your spine, sitting on your heels, just for a moment. We're going to work our way into King Pigeon, and I've got my strap here to assist me. So before we do King Pigeon, we're going to do Pigeon. Before we do Pigeon, we're going to stretch our hips and our piriformis muscles a little bit. So I'm going to face the camera so you can see this better. We're going to take the right leg on top of the left, flexing both feet to protect the knee joints. This is where a block might be helpful or some sort of prop like a book or a pillow. The right flexed foot is over the left knee and the right knee is over the left flexed foot. So here, this can be enough of a stretch in itself where you ground through the sits bones, float up through the crown of the head and stretch here. You can place a block in the space between if you feel some pressure on that top knee. And you can bend forward at the hip joints and continue to breathe and soften with each exhale. And if you feel comfortable to not use a block at all, you don't have to, and you can allow that knee to gently press into the bottom foot as long as there's no pain or pressure. So whatever your choice, let's inhale nice and tall on the sits bones and then exhale, fold forward at the hip joints, allowing the glutes to be stretched, the outside of the hip joints. Deep breaths here. slowly rolling up. Let's switch sides. This time the left foot is flexed on top. Once again, option for a block. Inhale nice and tall in your sits bones, floating up in the crown of the head, isometric opposition in the torso. Exhale, fold at the hip joints. And slowly rolling up. Beautiful. So coming into pigeon now, I'm actually going to use my block for pigeon. And I've got a strap here, as I said, to assist me with king pigeon, which you don't have to go into if you're not comfortable. But let's take that left leg forward into our pigeon. The intention here is to try to get the lower leg, the shin bone, as parallel to the top of your mat as possible. That's even tough for me, but that is the intention. So we don't want to fold it all the way in so that our foot is near our pubic bone. We want our foot to be away from our pelvis. So flex that front left foot. I'm going to put this block underneath, I'm not sure if you can see, underneath my left glute, basically, to assist with this space between my pelvis and the floor. So in pigeon here, make sure that back leg, the knee, is really turned down towards the mat. So you don't want it to be open this way. We're trying to square the hips as much as possible. So from here, you can inhale and press against your leg just gently and open the chest. And that can be your chest opener. Breathing into this pigeon pose. Or you can take it a step further. I'm using my strap here to help assist me. Oops, excuse that loud noise. Bending that back right knee, taking the strap around that foot. I take one side of the strap in each hand, behind my head, and slowly, as I exhale and soften, I walk my hands down the strap to open my chest. Make sure that back leg is really turned in. You're wanting to square the hips. That's the intention. So strive for that anatomy. Open the chest. And slowly release the strap. Good, let's do the other side. Slow transition out of this because that's an intense stretch. This time my right leg is bent forward. You'll be able to see the block better this time. Placing the block in the space between the pelvis and the ground. In pigeon here, that back left knee is really touching the mat. And firstly, you can inhale and stretch that chest towards the sky. Take it a step further if you would like and come into king pigeon, taking that strap around that back foot. Deep breaths, elongating on the inhale, softening on the exhale. Slowly releasing your strap. Moving the props out of the way, let's just come to a nice final child's pose to end this 15-minute class. Toes together, knees apart. Just allowing your spine to release like a waterfall flowing over your trickling off of your back, spine softening and relaxing. Slowly rolling up. Thank you all so much for joining me in class today, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day.